Happy 2015. I'm the coach, Dick Cox, and we want to welcome our newest member to the Cox Sports Broadcasting family, Maggie Reaves. Officially welcome to Cox Sports Broadcasting.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
What a good day to be joining us here today. The first playoff game that the Panthers have hosted since last year. And again, different story. Last year the Panthers went home very disappointed though, but dominant performance today by the Panther defense.
Absolutely. It was amazing. The guys were able to come together, and we heard a lot in the locker room. They felt comfortable together.
Again, today was a record-setting performance. I think this is the fewest yards ever allowed in an NFL playoff game, 66 yards today. And again, I know Cam Newton mentioned it in his post-game interviews and stuff like that, though. A lot of credit's got to go to that Panther defense.
Absolutely. We were talking to Luke, and when we told him the yardage, he couldn't believe it himself. He was like, absolutely, thanks for letting me know. So he was surprised himself. It was great to see him come together and realize what they were doing.
And even Greg Olson, when I was talking to him, said this was the fewest yards ever and all. And even when we had the chance of talking with our defensive back friend Norman from Coastal Carolina, he said no. He said Seattle had to have done that before. They're the #1 defense. I said today you're the #1 defense.
Absolutely. And now, what would you say the turning point in the game was today?
All right, there were several turning points. All right, my first turning point of the game in a negative way was when Burston had the ball roll up against him. The Panthers pretty much were dominating then, and that let them get back in the game. But a couple of things happened. I thought the Panthers came out and established the run in the second half. I thought that they got the touchdown and then forcing the turnover with Ted Ginn Jr., former Panther, really nice guy, where they got the 2-touchdown lead. I thought that really put them in the driver's seat to where there was no way this defense was going to let them allow them to drive the field twice to come back and get 2 touchdowns.
Right, I would say the 2-touchdown lead is absolutely where the Panthers were able to take it away, and they were able to win the game.
You know, it's got to be good, you know, when you stop and look at it, that the Panthers had a pass interception that set up a touchdown. They had the fumble by Burston right there, though, and also kind of a strange-looking play that Cam was trying to throw, got hit from blindside and batted. It was a fumble. So this team was able to overcome 3 turnovers and still able to win today. Absolutely.
There was a lot of calls that were questionable, and it went back and forth for sure, but the guys were able to pull it together.
Well, you know what I was saying on that, though, that Maybelline could have done many commercials today with all the makeup calls, though. And in a way, I'm being honest, Panther fans, I thought the Panthers had the breaks go their way today because there were some questionable calls I really thought went against the Cardinals. I know there was an obvious pass interference before the Panthers got the go-ahead score that was not called, and their coach was pretty upset about that, though. But, you know, sometimes when you play at home, you get the home cooking, you get the calls.
That's right. I'd absolutely agree. It was definitely a tough day to be a Cardinal.
It was. And, you know, I can remember back the last time the Cardinals came to Charlotte Bank of America Stadium. That was a Jake Delhomme 7-interception day. Not a good day. So Charlotte's been waiting for a long time to have a payback day today.
Yeah, definitely. And they got it today.
What were some of the guys? Who were some of the guys that you had the opportunity of hearing from after the ball game?
Jonathan Stewart, I sat down with for quite a while, and he was just excited to win. He had his party hat on, and he was ready to go. He said the team felt really comfortable together, and he was proud of his defense today.
And the thing about it is, Jonathan Stewart is probably playing some of the best football of his career right now. And I know, and he still wears them from his college day, but I know he had to be smiling, too, about his Oregon Ducks. Did he make any Duck comments, or did he go whack any? Because he played at Oregon, though. But did we have any Duck comments?
I didn't hear any Duck comments, actually. But who'd you get to talk to in the locker room today?
Well, I actually had a chance, and this was something I thought was really neat away from football, in that I talked to Greg Olson about the opportunity of taking his little son on the field when they banged the drum together before the game. Yes. And how special that's been, because everybody knows the story of his son is battling with the heart surgeries and everything, but he was saying it was so special to him to get to have for the team selected him to be the one to get to go on the field and represent the team to do that. But to get to have his whole family on the field for a playoff game, and he said just so many great things have happened to his family this year that this was kind of like icing on the cake, and really, you know, was a great feeling to get to have him. It'll be a memory he'll remember for a long time, getting to have his little son who's been through so much adversity out there on the field with him.
What a perfect game he was able to come to. It was a little bit rainy, definitely some weather, but they were able to pull it through.
It was duck weather today for the Ducks right there. We are fighting the raindrops, mist right now. This is heavy fog right now, heavy mist coming down. I think it's going to turn into rain, though. But don't know who we're going to be playing next week right now.
I know. We'll have to see.
It's going to be fun because it's either going to be the Green Bay Packers. If the Detroit Lions beat the Dallas Cowboys, then we go to Green Bay. And we got to figure out how to go on a road trip. I've already talked. We're trying to put together a road trip that would be a bucket list thing to get to cover that game. If things follow true to form and the Dallas Cowboys, who are the number 3 seed, defeat the Detroit Lions, then we go to Seattle. I don't know if we can make that one. It might be TV. We may have to figure something out with that, though. But, you know, the great thing about it is the party goes on. And, again, this team, I think, right now probably is playing the best football. I know last week's game I thought was the best I'd seen them play in 2 years. Mm-hmm. Today was not quite as good, but it was good enough to get the W, though. How far can this team go?
You know, who would you like to see them face next week? Who do you think they have a better chance against?
I think they have a better chance at playing Seattle. I really do, because they played Seattle here, and Seattle put together a drive in the final minute of the game to actually pull that game out. Seattle was behind, and Russell Wilson took them the length of the field to drive to win the game. Green Bay blew them out. It was just a smack in the face. It was a slap down up there in Green Bay right there, though. I know Seattle is playing great football now. They're a lot better team. From that game on, they've turned it around, though. But I'm a Packer stockholder. Don't put me in a situation like that making me put it there, though. I mean, it would, like I said, it would be a bucket list thing to get to go and actually see Green Bay and the Panthers play for, you know, the chance possibly to go on and make it to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. I'd like to see them play Seattle. The boys are rolling right now, though, so nothing's really stopping them yet. So hopefully they'll keep that momentum going next week.
All right. Tell me what you were most impressed with today. What did you enjoy most about the game or your experience today? This was your first experience getting to go, I think, in the locker room and all those. So tell me, what did you enjoy about your experience today?
I would say the best part of this experience would be just how receptive everyone was and how willing to answer questions all the players were, and just being able to get in there and just really get my hands dirty and talk to the guys, and just seeing football in a different light. So it was a really, really great first day.
And sports fans, she was working hard, because I had several people tell me that they had seen you there and there and there. I said, I haven't seen Maggie since we came in the locker room. And our paths, I think we zoomed by each other a couple of times going in different directions, though. But you know, I think you did a great job today. And again, we are fortunate to have you be a part of our team now.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to see you guys next week, maybe.
Next week, maybe. Well, I'll tell you one thing right now. You will see us next Wednesday night as the Charlotte Hornets will be taking on Anthony Davis and the Pelicans.
That's right.
I've never seen a Pelican play basketball before. I've been a basketball coach for a long time. I've seen some funny things. I've seen Air Bud, but I've never seen a Pelican. I guess they can peck it in or something like that. I don't know what they do, though. But again, great win today by the Panthers as they advance on. And how big of a statement do you think this is, but with all the people that said they didn't even deserve to be in the playoffs because they didn't have a winning record, how bad the South Division was in. And I know this team, and Coach Ron Rivera made the comment, we called them at the right time because they are down to their third quarterback and some people like that, though. But how big is this for them to say, shut up. Hey, we did deserve to be here.
You know, today was huge, and someone even asked Cam in his interview how big today was. And he was really proud of the accomplishment today. And he said, you know, we're here, and we deserve to be here. And I think that's huge for them.
And I will get this plug in today that I am wearing my Cam Newton sport coat today, though.
Absolutely is. And Cam even acknowledged it. You were looking sharp.
That's right. That we went over and I showed Cam. I asked Cam, did I meet his fashion statement for today? And he said yes. And I said, you know, hopefully that I've got another one that if we get to see you play next week, I'll pull the other one out next week. So that we will do that, though. But Cam did. My coat did, Cam Newton sport coat did meet his approval.
Yes.
Approval there. So anybody that goes and buys one from Belk's has to give me a commission.
Absolutely. I think you deserve it.
So we've had a lot of fun here today from Bank of America Stadium. Again, on a wet, sloppy day that was not good for football. The fans go home happy.
It was a good day for the Panthers. That's right.
She's Maggie Reaves. I'm the coach, Dick Cox. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you Wednesday night from I was going to say Bank of America Stadium, but I've got my stadiums mixed up, from Time Warner Arena. Until then, have a good weekend, everybody.
Thanks, guys.